I sat down with him for about 4 hours in New York City in his Soho loft, and you know, he tried to smile and laugh and tell me a lot of stories of the good old days and the Fugees, but he also told me that he got personal, and he said this whole thing has really swallowed his life. He said he feels like he's living in quicksand. This is every day. It's grueling. I've been in the courtroom every day and seeing, you know, it's an early start. You're sitting there all day listening to a lot of testimony, and he really said he feels like he's sinking in quicksand here. And I'm looking forward to it being concluded.
What other testimony do you think we're going to hear, and do you think Michel could take the stand?
Behind these two corruption and money laundering schemes, and Leonardo explained that he got a green light to work with Jolo, who ended up financing the Wolf of Wall Street, as perhaps some of your viewers know.
So there's other big names involved, right? Former President Barack Obama, Kim Kardashian. Tell us about how they are involved in this.
Yes, well, it's a sprawling story because it's a sprawling Justice Department investigation that went on over 11 years, looking at two different political finance.
A former member of the Fugees has been convicted of 10 finance-related federal charges, including money laundering and campaign finance violations. You probably remember the Fugees, 90s, Pras Michel. He was part of it with Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean. But Michel has now been found guilty of using illegally obtained money to get closer to former President Obama during his 2012 campaign and using millions more to bankroll an expensive lifestyle. NBC News legal analyst Danny Ceballos joins me now. We have laid out the charges against Pras Michel, now found guilty. And the details here are pretty interesting. Talk us through it. And
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in on Pras from the legendary and historical rap and hip-hop group the Fugees, alongside with Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean at one point in time, the ghetto superstar himself, and how he's been now found guilty of everything they charged him with this election fraud stuff going on, from taking finances and money from this guy Jolo from Malaysia. And now how he's decided to hit 50 Cent, Kyrie Irving, and Rolling Stone with a lawsuit after everything went down because of how things got put out in the media and their reactions to it of people calling him a federal informant. And I'm going to have links in the description from CBS News and NBC News where you can see them clips in full at. And I'm going to get into the write-up in just a second. But I put them clips there to kind of paint a little bit of a summary what went down with everything like that. And basically, to keep it real quick as possible, the guy Jolo, real high-level scammer, one of the biggest, and this is just putting it in our terms to make it simpler for us, one of the highest-level scammers in the world, $1 billion plus in the game doing it, then finessed his situation over there from the government and financial institutes and things like that, then decided to live a super lavish lifestyle to the point where he was giving money to Paris Hilton, $150,000 just to come party with him, $250,000 just to come gamble. Same thing, type of things going on with Leonardo DiCaprio, $150,000, man, let me fly you out, come kick it with me, things like that. Even has some mentions with Kim Kardashian, or him just kind of pay for appearances or whatever and everything like that. Eventually got, like they said, funded the Wolf on Wall Street movie also, but eventually got to the point he wanted to get into the political game and stand next to Barack Obama. This is where Pras come in at. He gave Pras $20 million to get him next to Obama to get him a photo. That tell you how much money he was scamming and finessing. Nigga, $20 million just for a photo. Make it happen for me. Pras did make that happen. Pras took the money, funneled it into the Obama campaign, and this is why this is illegal now, because you're taking this money and funneling it into a campaign. And then also, once he gave the people under his circle the money to donate it. So basically took the money, this is what the write-up say basically. He took the money from the Obama campaign, from Jolo, took it to people and told them donate it to Obama and everything like that. That's going to be seen as a finesse move. The feds started investigating. They asked the people who he gave the money to, man, what's going on with this or that? He then came back around, got with those people and told them to say, hey, man, this is a gift. Y'all got to pay this back and everything like that. They called that witness tampering, which he was found guilty of that also, if I'm not mistaken. And then the point is, when he actually went to the courtroom and he actually took the stand, he put on there and he said, hey, I went to the FBI about this guy named Miles Gu, who's actually a Chinese person that was in America, and spoke on him to the FBI. And in our culture, in our lifestyle, when you see that, people are going to say, hey, bro, you worked with the feds. You was a snitch. You a federal informant, meaning to our mindset, you informed the feds with some information and everything. So that's the reason why I hit the blogs the way it did. 50 Cent made a post up about it, joked about it and everything. Then also Kyrie Irving has spoke on it, and he said something. He was along the lines of, hey, man, the feds are infiltrating the culture, the feds and the government and things like that are kind of infiltrating the culture a little bit and secretly dealing with our people and trading information type stuff. Y'all know what Kyrie be on. And Rolling Stone for being the big publication who originally broke the write-up. But his team has put this out, and this is what the write-up says. Former Fugees member Pras is preparing to sue 50 Cent, Kyrie Irving, and Rolling Stone over social media posts in a news article that alleged the rapper was an informant for the FBI. The defamation allegations stem from testimony Michelle gave during his own criminal trial last month. Michelle was convicted of various charges tied to an illegal foreign influence scheme, which included a plan to get former President Trump to extradite a Chinese national living in the U.S. The man was wanted for criminal charges in China. I took it upon myself to report because I thought the FBI should know. Michelle testified during the trial, referring to his communications with the U.S. government during the scheme. In its coverage of the trial and testimony, Rolling Stone referred to Michelle as an informal FBI informant. In the original version of an April 18th article, according to an archived version of that article, the article was eventually edited to say that he voluntarily met with the FBI agents, erasing the informant language. This is not a Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, he continued. Basically, what they trying to push is, it wasn't like I went and testified against my fellow gang members or anything like that, and I didn't break laws with them and go corroborate the tale on them. But I'm going to tell y'all something. That's why I say the verbiage and context and word semantics and everything is everything, because in our culture, once we see you went to the feds and talked about anybody criminal, in his case, Miles Gu, the person that the feds wanted to know about or gave up information, niggas gonna say you an informant. They gonna say you a snitch. They gonna say, hey, nigga, you work with them people. Because in our culture, in our community, we don't go to the feds. Now, is Rolling Stone from that cloth? Of course not. That's a corporate white magazine. But Kyrie Irving, 50 Cent, when they say that in our culture, nigga, you went to the feds and you gave information about somebody, nigga, whether he was Chinese, Mexican, Asian, white, a fugitive from over there for scamming, because that's what Miles Gu was too, actually a scammer to my understanding. It's like, oh, nah, nigga, you were them people. You died with them niggas, nigga. Like, let's get away from you. If you don't go to the feds and give up information on him, you'll give it to us, whether y'all's breaking the law together or not. So we shall see what happens with that. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot. I'm trying to see what's going to happen with this situation, because I'm speaking directly from the write-up, and they say he gave information to the feds. So if you give any information to the feds about a crime, niggas going to say you an informant in our culture. That just is what it is. Tell me what y'all think, man.